Hello guys. So I'm making this video as an advertisement to kind of what you can expect from my videos and what kind of help I'm gonna provide. For this I'm gonna go into a game between Handsome Jacks and Con Fiesta. For the people that aren't from EU, these two are PGS European teams. So about mid-level skill. Um, I'm gonna jump straight into it and kind of talk about what kind of mistakes they're making, and specifically I'm gonna look at the Shaolin positioning in the beginning. I think it's quite weird. I think also the way Fernando uses his ultimate, he's quite quick on the trigger finger, and then the Grok positioning is sometimes not so ideal. I'm gonna look at how they zone effectively, how they defend, how they well, actually, I don't think they defend so much. Spoiler, it's going to be 4-0. It's a short game, just a short clip to see what kind of information that you can expect from me. So, let's jump straight into it. So first things first, something that I find very strange is that the Shaolin is taking this positioning on the ledge. I think in 9 out of 10 games you're going to see Shaolin at the window just because he's got way better angles here. Also, if he's here, he can come here much easier from the window if he withdraws. So now he's limiting his options. It's still a good place to be though for Shaolin because he can still fight the ledge effectively, and then he's a bit closer range for the fight where Inara is going to come in. But yeah, I think if he's at the window, he can easily hit the Inara anyways. If they fight in the open, and pressure on the stage is very effective. I'm using the Second City callouts most of the time, by the way. So, now I'm gonna look at kind of the team compositions. If anything's weird, this is very weird. The Terminus is never gonna, like, it's never worth it to kill the Inara wall. I think the only times when you actually see people hitting the Inara wall is like a Ruckus ultimate that really has no choice. I like the Rejuvenate, but I think you could have just kept these 200 credits. The next thing, the rest seems pretty standard. The moral boost could be a cauterize. I think, yeah, it could be a cauterize, could be moral boost. I guess it's just playstyle. It definitely helps. The moral boost definitely helps with the first capture because you get your ultimate around 2 minutes if you play it very well, 3 minutes if you play it bad. So having that a bit earlier leads to the first capture, and you can use it at 0-0 rather than at 1-0. So yeah, the other thing what I would do differently is put my Grok on the left side just to help out the Fernando more. I would definitely expect from the enemy team that the Inara was playing stage and the Ruckus was playing wedge with the Bomb King, and then it would be like a Fernando and a Grok trying to force the wedge while the Shaolin pokes from far. But yeah, given that they're not doing that, I don't know, I would still put the Grok over here. The Dumba is definitely not going to have any issues healing the Terminus here, so maybe the Grok wants to put a lot of pressure on stage and pressure through this side with the Terminus, but Terminus really just wants to be on point. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see it. Right away, you had 3 people here on a Ruckus. Where is he going though? Kind of curious. This is insane for me. He uses all his escape abilities just to get behind, and then he's going to be here and chill. And this whole time, half HP because 2 people have been hitting him. So this is not a valid tactic. Maybe his whole team can put a lot of pressure, and then they run into trouble. But I think there's 2 tanks here. They're all hitting the tanks, so it's going to take longer to kill him, and then you focus on an easy tank. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, you give a super easy planet for the Shaolin. I do like how Nino jumps in there because he realizes the Ruckus is in the back, but yeah. So after the first thing, Ruckus makes a major mistake. You clean that up. Terminus goes a bit deep, but it's okay. And then it's a 4v3 on point, and you guys get the point. So you rush point, which is very good. What I would like to see from the Shaolin here is from this angle, you don't have that many options to retreat, and also your angles for killing the enemies is not so ideal. So if you were up here, then you can aggress this and have a, like, I don't know, just come more aggressive and then eventually back up to here. Then you've got a good spot to hit the window, while here you get into trouble. Also here you've got more escape options. You know, right, he's just sticking here kind of. I do like this where Grok is sticking with a tank, holding zoning. So again, the Ruckus and the Buck engage at the same time, but they have the wrong focus. So if you see, he jumped in kind of crazy, didn't want to focus in Maldamba, and then is looking this way. And this guy jumps into the opposite side and focuses these guys. You have to have the same target prioritization. Here, I would like Fernando to realize that his role is, so you always have two different tanks. You've got a point tank and an aggressive tank. So the aggressive tank is going to facilitate the damage dealers to do what they want to, and the point tank is going to sit on point and put pressure to the enemy team by capping points. Now, Fernando, by focusing the Inara, he leaves open the Bomb King, and the Bomb King got the Shaolin very, very low. I guess like a couple of seconds before he was at 1 HP. If the Fernando zones out the Bomb King, he's gonna, so the tanks are gonna survive much easier on point, because having a Bomb King now focus 2 tanks on point when he can free fire is very annoying. It's better to take away the good positions from heavy damage dealers. So, but yeah, I guess you could just get baited, want to kill this kill very quickly, but I think it's safer just to go for the Bomb King. Like, he zones out this guy pretty hard. If you zoned out the Bomb King, Shaolin could have hit the NR no problem. I guess you do it in the end. I spoke too soon. So point cap, it's good. So here, you've got to make some choices. You want to go zone them, but you're backing off because you realize that there's no tank on point. I think you could have zoned them because you just killed a couple of people. You could have zoned them easily past here. You're a tank. You can run in their face. You can queue up on this high ground, completely zone them back. You're going to have the Grok heal as well, and then Maldumba's going to get the angle soon enough anyways. This is just stalling out your zone. I do like how Shaolin, he came from here and he went to here to abuse this long range. Shaolin's not so effective from the ledge. He's not going to get any good long range damage. Also, the Inara wall could knock him off. Why is this Inara wall here? The Inara tripping out. So good so far. This is what you see a lot of teams doing, focusing the kills that go deep. This is a very good turnaround on the Buck. I guess it was a pretty obvious one. It was just a bad jump by Buck, but it's good that you all recognize to focus him. Shows good communication. Fernando overextending a bit, but I do like it. What Fernando wants to do is either stand and block the long range poke and kind of fight so the point is free, or he wants to go find value by himself and find a place where he can damage close range. I just think he has to realize he's against the Bomb King and he is going to get cleaned up pretty quick. I don't love this. I think this is a bit too aggressive, but you got baited by the Fernando. I think you're much healthier standing up here where you can get planted shots for free. But yeah, he fixes his position, it's completely fine. So this I like a lot. Terminus goes deep and ultis. It's the perfect place to die. You get people zoned out, and you get people here that have to go somewhere else. So you zone out a lot, and then you're a big guy in their face. It's a good combo ult by so yeah, Buck jumps in first and ultis. Then Dumba counter ults, and now Inara is gonna counter ult. So this is healthy playstyle. Use ults when the enemies do. So you reset properly. It's good, you're waiting for your team. You wait for 5 people, and then you go. This is healthy. 2 damage on the right side. Damage in a tank, damage in the tank. So here, this is what I don't like. The Fernando ulti. You're ulting for a Genos, but the Genos almost never hits anybody unless he's comboing with somebody anyways. So now you free up, like once they reset or something, the Bomb King can ulti for free, the Ruckus can ulti for free. You want to cancel out their big ultimates rather than just ulti for a small, like a Genos ult doesn't have much worth. So yeah, you see here, the Bomb King gets free ult on him. Wow, they stepped off of it. It's unfortunate. I'm gonna speed up.
Capture point spawns in 15 seconds.
Okay, so same thing. Right here, in the beginning of the game, he did the exact same thing. He goes here, then he kind of doesn't find any value. Also, you have to start to learn to look at the enemy's items. So, what would an Inara be doing with Master Riding 2? Inara, typically, what she does is get Cauterize, or Rejuvenate 3, and she sticks around this point. So, with the Master Riding 2, you know she's going to go in your face, and then Buck's going to help and jump on you. Here, I guess she just pussies out, but still, there's got to be a reason why she's deviating from the normal, and you have to expect that. Or you have to guess why she's doing that. Again, I don't like the Grok on this side. I like him more on this side. Also, what I was wondering is, I feel like CC Totem against the Bomb King and Inara should be pretty standard. Or anti-CC, whatever it's called. I'm not sure why. He's got so much healing here. The enemy team has Cauterize 2. No, sorry, Cauterize 2. There's no reason for him to back off with his jump when he's full HP. He should be putting pressure on the stage, fighting them in their face. And if the Buck jumps behind, they still have 3 people to deal with it. So this isn't your role, Terminus, and you have to be on stage putting that pressure. Also, you kind of see, because people are stuck back here, they're not getting any value. The Fernando is suffering, and then he has to hide behind a tree. So basically, nobody took the Shaolin didn't take his ideal positioning from the start. The Terminus didn't stick to the point at the start, and you gave them the point, and now they're like semi-zoning you. So, put pressure. I don't know why you guys are scared. So yeah, now that the Fernando's low, the Terminus does put pressure, so it's kind of confusing. Also, part of the reason why I don't love Grok on this side is, Well, maybe, like, if you think about the amount of places he has to put Totem here, it's all very defensive. If he has to go aggressive, he can't put that much Totem, his Totem in that many good spots. So if he's zoning them here, if they're getting zoned there, then yeah, he can walk behind here. So that's the only really good Totem spot, and maybe here. But yeah, around here you've got so many trees, so many pillars, so like this box thing that you can put your pillar around, and you've also got a big tank to heal up and force shit with. So I see disadvantages on the right side and advantages on the left side. What I do think though is starting off Grok on the right side, say they go for so in Fargile this sometimes happens. You just rush with a bunch of people here with like CC, and you do some combo ultimates. So in this case, they would do like come here immediately with their Inara Master Riding 2. She comes here, and then she ultis this place, and then have a Ruckus or a Bonking ulti. Then maybe the Grok ulti would be good to counter that aggression, and that's maybe a reason to send him to this side. But just to not use your ulti and to fight people, I don't think this is the greatest spot. Yeah, I think if you're gonna make the commitment to use the Dumba ult, think about it beforehand and just do it when the Grok can help you. Grok didn't have to be 1 HP there. In the end, everything's okay. Okay, this is what I also don't like. So when you're standing here, so there's two elements to it. Both tanks were on point and they both went to the right side, so that's bad zoning. What you really want is to have one tank on each side, and then somehow make sure that they can't rush through here. Then a tank on each side is beautiful. So now Grok is going by himself, and I think it's because he realizes, what if somebody comes through here, I can dismount him, and then, like, this is a hole in their zoning, so it's good that he's fixing that hole. I just don't think he's the one to do it. You need a tank up here. Also, both tanks are low, and you're not getting any value out of your totem like this, so, yeah. Also, the problem with tank stacking is you see a Grumpy and they both shield for it. It's kind of useless. And now Grok runs into trouble as well because he's by himself. Grok by himself can't do much. Yeah. But I do like how the Terminus goes deep. He's got his ulti. So again, go deep and ulti is a good place to do. I think it was a bit too hard though. Like here, did he kill him though? Did he kill the Genos? Maybe it's okay if he killed it. No, I think he killed the Genos, then died, and then ultied. But if he forced himself to die here, then he would zone a lot more. People that couldn't go through here, like they had to rush to the point. So then a zoning ultimate for this window, where people want to rush through, is a very good idea. Alright. Personally, I think they can go a bit deeper. If you've got your Shaolin here or there, like put your Shaolin here, put a tank here, and put the Grok plus another tank here. That'll not give them these peeking spots that they're looking for, and it shuts down their retake potential a bit harder. So Bomb King ulti, and now if the Fernando has ulti, he better... Okay, he's using it this time. That's good. Everybody stacks in the ult. They've got Grok Totem. Worst case Grok ulti as well. It's pretty healthy. I don't think the Dumba should have dropped down here. You can be more aggressive with a support. Same thing with the Fernando. Again, there's like a lack of pressure, I feel. 3 people are super healthy, they back off because one person died, but they also killed one, I think. Yeah, they killed the Bomb King, so there was no need to back off. But I guess it is safe, so... But yeah, they waste a lot of time. Okay, there are 5 people again, now they should go forward. So this is good. Now again, except I think the Shaolin should have been on this side. Shaolin wants to abuse range, and Grok wants to have the peaking places, so a bit of stacking there, that's not ideal. Okay, so Grok realizes this and goes to the right side. But yeah, really he's better on the left. Yep. This is good. I mean, they wasted all their ultis before. Well, I guess Buck got it back, but... Yeah, Buck and Burkus. This is nice zoning. I think Shaolin could be a bit more back, but not that it's a problem. Oof, Dumba. I guess that ulti is was like a zoning ult, hoping to push in the payload before people could get on it. So it does have some value, but I think he just misread it. So yeah, again, he uses his ulti for a couple of seconds, while the Determinus actually had no problem with dying. So, and then as soon as he could have just waited for Nino to ulti and canceled that out, and that would have been alright. But yeah, just very fast on the trigger finger with Fernando.
Alright, they get hot, they're getting hot. Y'all wanna just let them triple kill you? Just got a quad. Alright, they getting hot, they're getting hot.
I just want to show this scoreboard as well. The Terminus raped. I don't know, 15-3. He did work. So yeah, trying to think about all of my advice and kind of recap it so you guys know what to focus on. A lot of times I felt like you guys were a bit too pussy. Like in the 2-0, you just stood in the back with a bunch, like 3 people full HP while one person's deep, and then everybody else hits that one person. So put pressure at the same time. That's one thing to look at. And then another thing we talked about, and what I thought Grok did very well, he recognized how you're supposed to zone. 2 people on the left side, 2 people on the right side. And think about which champions you have. Grok is better on the left, and Shaolin is better on the right. So once a fight happens, shit gets messy, and then afterwards you have to think, okay, I should go, or even during the fight, zone with your ulti towards that way while still getting towards your position that you want to be when you win the fight. And yeah, and then also recognize when you can't. So you've got those roles of 1 damage and 1 tank on the left, 1 damage and 1 tank on the right, and a Grok isn't able to fill the role of solo zoning on the left side, so realize what your champion can and cannot do. And then another thing that I noticed, the Fernando ultis were sometimes questionable. Use it when other people ulti, or use it when other people ulti. Use it to save your team. When everybody's stacking, it's beautiful. Another thing, play Shaolin at the window. It's pretty standard. Yeah. So yeah, this was just like a sneak peek video. I feel like this is one of my weaker videos actually. Sometimes I have better advice, but yeah, it's a 4-0, and we only saw them on capturing and pushing. So yeah, we covered a few positions. It's alright. thanks for your attention. And so yeah, for my services, it's right now 15 an hour for Teams for videos like this. And say, for example, this video is about 30 minutes. So I would do the preparation for free and stuff like that. And then the video is actually 30 minutes long, so it would be 7.5 for a half hour. And that's how I'll calculate it. And then 10 an hour for individual players. So then we would take a game like this, but only focus on you and focus on the positions and kind of identify which problems are mistakes and which problems are um, so like you've got two different type of mistakes. One are mistakes that you just mess up, you misclick or something, or you were just too lazy to think about, and then mistakes that you really don't know you're making the mistakes. So that's important to go in together and kind of figure out what do you not know and what is just you messed up. Anyways, thanks for your attention and talk to me on Discord if you want some ideas.